Welcome to the Port to Port podcast with Ronan.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Port to Port podcast with me, Ronan. Today I've got a special guest who is living the dream, traveling the world, sharing stunning content and inspiring thousands of people to get out there and explore. Juliya Sokolova, better known as Julie.Travelholic on Instagram, has been to 86 countries and counting, capturing her adventures through incredible reels and photography. Today we're diving into her journey, her wildest travel experiences, and of course getting the best tips for anyone looking to make travel a bigger part of their life. Julia, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for coming on. It's a pleasure to have you on. I know we've been kind of talking over the last year or two as friends on Instagram, and we both love to cruise. So I'm trying to get a load of people that I know to kind of come on the podcast and talk all things travel and cruises. So it's great to have you on.
Thank you.
So let's start at the beginning. Where did your love for travel kind of first come from?
Oh, I think it started since I was young, and I was doing fencing. I was actually doing like sport, and I enjoyed my competitions, and I enjoyed actually traveling part more than competitions. And I thought, well, maybe I don't have to sweat so much, you know. And then I was working as a flight attendant, so the traveling,
nice.
was also part of my job. And then I realized, like, okay, that's where all my money goes. That's where I want to spend my money.
Yeah, same. How long were you flying for?
Oh, I've been working as a flight attendant for like 13 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like I like flying, but I at the same time I don't like if it's really bad turbulence, I'm a really bad flyer. I don't like if it's nice and smooth, I'm okay, but the second that there's any bit of turbulence, I'm like, okay, I need to kind of like, it's crazy.
You'll be safe. Everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm going to Japan this year, and it's like a 14-hour flight, so I'm just like, okay, 14 hours is the longest flight I've done so far. So I'm hoping it'll all be fine.
My longest was this November. I took the flight to Sydney. It was 17 hours in the air.
Oh,
Oh my God, it was so long.
that's a long time. That's a long time. So I suppose, like, what was the point when you were first, I suppose, on board the planes and all the rest of it, and you decided, okay, I don't want to do this anymore as a work. I want to go and do it more as a hobby.
Well, honestly, it was not like my choice, because when the war started, I was like, okay, so no more job for me. And
Okay.
back then, my husband was working on a cruise ship. So I stuck with him as a passenger for 1.5 years. I was living the dream. I
Oh,
enjoyed
that
so
sounds
much.
amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah.
That's
And it
so
was
great.
like, traveling was my full-time job for 1.5 years. Just, enjoying myself.
Okay, I'm very jealous. That sounds amazing. But I like, what was life like on a cruise ship for that long though? Did you ever get bored, or it didn't bother you?
Never got bored, because every day, well, every second day, you can get out of the ship. Well, port's more or less the same, because if it's Caribbean, let's say the itinerary, like two cruises are changing, but still amazing. I found every time like something else to do, some excursions. Yeah, I could entertain myself. I'm fine with myself.
Yeah, that's good. That sounds amazing. So I suppose, like, fast forward to right now and where we are. You're not traveling. You're not just traveling, but you're also sharing it on your Instagram and with all your followers that you have online. How did you kind of get started, I suppose, with your Instagram, and was it an intentional thing, or did it just kind of grow naturally from like where you are with with all your photos and reels?
Yeah, I think it's kind of grown naturally, because I was just sharing, and then I kind of liked it, and I started post more, and yeah, I don't
And
earn any money on the Instagram, so I'm like just sharing.
yeah, like that. Like, I think a lot of people, like, I love photography, and like anytime we go away on our trips or anything like that, it's I've got either my phone or I have a small like Panasonic camera that I bring with me, and it's all I want is just the scenery. That's the best part of like traveling, and taking in the culture and the food as well. But I just love taking all the photographs that I can. I always end up having like way more photographs of like all the scenery of that we've seen. It's amazing.
Yeah, all the memory on the phone is like gone.
Oh yeah,
No storage.
100%. Yeah, it's crazy. Like what I usually try and do is I move all the pictures from each year from the phone to the computer so that I've got right. I'm starting a new year with a clean phone. There's no photos, so that I have plenty of space for lots more photos for the year. Like I think last year when I moved my pictures over from my phone to the PC, I think there was like 10,000 photos on it. That's from one year.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm brutal for like when I'm like, but I see last year we went to like five different holidays. We were in South America, we were in Alaska, we were in Europe, we were in North Africa, in Marrakesh. So there was a load of like places to take photos. So it was amazing. But like that's what I like about the cruises, that every day you're waking up somewhere else, and like I've done the Caribbean twice now, but I think like it's not my favorite, but I think it's probably the most beautiful in relation to like the water and stuff. But I think Alaska has been my favorite by far so far.
I would agree. Alaska, and I would say Norway and Iceland. My
Iceland's
favorite.
phenomenal. Iceland's beautiful.
Yeah.
What time of the year did you go to Iceland?
It was summer.
So it was
It was.
bright all night.
Yeah.
It
It
was
was.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I think when we were there, I remember coming back from an excursion, and the excursion finished at like midnight, and the sun was still in the sky as if it was 2 o'clock in the day. It was insane.
Yeah. And also we were like, we were coming back from outside. It was overnight in Reykjavik about Iceland. And we thought, okay, it's like nice time for sunset. And sun does not go down. It's like it stays and stays and stays. And we were like, is it gonna be dark or not?
Like I remember waking up at 2 o'clock on the ship one time as we were sailing. I think we were going from Isafjordur back to Reykjavik, and I woke up at 2 in the morning, and I was like, oh, I wonder what it's like out. And I opened it, and the sun was just coming back up after like setting briefly, and it was starting to come back up, and you could just see all the volcanoes, and it was amazing. Like in the summer in Ireland, like people always say over here, because like we get like our sunset in the summer is like maybe 10:30, so like in Ireland it's actually quite good in the summer, and people are just like, oh my god, it's still bright at 11 o'clock at night. But then in the winter we kind of get dark, like when the clocks change it's dark here by like half 4 or 5 o'clock in the winter. So but I suppose it's probably like, what's it like in Canada with like, it does it get dark very early?
Well, yeah. I think like just a few weeks ago, it was dark around like 5, 6 in the evening. So it was
Okay.
kind of a blessing, cold, dark. Oh, thanks God it's warmer now.
Yeah, today's been the hottest day that we've had in Ireland so far. I think it was like 15 to 16 degrees Celsius. So that's not bad for us, but I think the next week it's to drop down to -2 Celsius. So it's still, yeah, it's crazy. It's just changing. It's so weird. Normally by the end of March we kind of get out of it and it's picks up, but it's Ireland, so you just don't know.
Here also we have like weird thing in Calgary, I think it's Calgary thing. So let's say it's -30, like February, it was -30, and then they
Jeez.
have this Chinook, and tomorrow it's like +3, and you're like, how come? Like 30
That's
degrees
crazy.
different in 2 days.
30 degrees different. Oh my god, that's amazing. I think I like Irish people aren't used to the cold. We're not able for like a couple of years ago we had like a really bad like weather event that we all called the Beast from the East, because the weather came in from Eastern Europe, came in over Ireland, and we had like 3 or 4 days of -10, -11, and the snow was so thick all of Ireland shut down for 3 days because we don't have snowplows. We don't have anything to like help like take care of the roads when this thing happened. So all the shops closed. Everyone had to stay at home. All like prior to all this happening, everyone went out and they had to like get all their bread, milk. They were stocking up as if it was the end of the world. It was insane.
Like COVID times.
Yeah, and I think in Canada then you guys, oh, it snows, let's go to work. It's just normal. That's crazy.
Also, you have like this high humidity in Ireland. And your
Yeah.
-10 is not our -10, you know?
No, it's totally different. Yeah, like in Ireland, the humidity can be like in the summer it can be fairly bad. Now, the last two summers weren't so bad, but like the year before, 3 years ago, our summer was like 30 degrees, which is hot for Ireland. But the humidity at night, you couldn't sleep. Like our houses are designed to like take the heat in and keep it in. So there's no air conditioning. So like the amount of fans that people would have in their houses because there's no other way to keep the house cool and like people can't sleep at night. But in the winter then our houses are nice and hot because once we put the heating on, it stays warm and it's fine. But yeah, it can be annoying in the summer when if it's too hot, people aren't used to that kind. Like Irish people like going on holidays for 2 weeks, getting nice bit of weather, nice sunshine, but after that they're like, right, that's enough. I can't take any more. So like going back to your Instagrams and when you're away, do you plan what you're going to do or edit and do a lot of editing, or like what goes into making your travel content?
I'm trying when I'm planning any trip, I'm trying to plan all my, excursions, all my tours in advance. Like I do the research, I check where I want to go for brunch, where I want to go for breakfast, dinner, what do I want to see. I mean, I try to book everything in advance, so everything is gonna be planned well, and I'm not gonna go out and like, oh, so what am I gonna do today? So I just stroll and that's it. No, I have like big plannings.
It's the best way to go. Like whenever we go away, we always plan as well. It's easier because your routine is set out. You know what you're going to do. You know you've got your excursions, and you can just time manage. I totally agree with you. I think it's way easier.
Otherwise, I just have a feeling that I'm wasting my time. I came here all the way. I open the visas if it's needed. I book the tickets. It's expensive, and then I come and I'm like enjoying what? I know I really want to do what am I enjoying?
Yeah, no, like I think whenever we know where myself and my wife know that we're going away, a couple of weeks beforehand we go onto YouTube and we'll start looking at videos of, okay, we're going here, what do we want to see, and we'll plan it all out. And then we'll see if any of the excursions go there so that we know we can get the excursions on the ship. And sometimes, like, if we know we've got an overnight in one of the ports, we use, like, Viator or one of those ones so that it's a bit cheaper maybe than the ship.
Yeah, also, like, sometimes it's easier to plan something with the ship tours. Let's say if a ship is on tender. And
Yeah.
first, people who go out first, it's excursions or some elite members, and then you lose like another hour or two. And if you book tours outside, yeah, it's cheaper, but also no guarantee they're coming back. It's timing. Sometimes like you dock at 8, and it's like tour starts at 10. So sometimes it's just better to book with the ship, but other times, I mean, if you want to save some money, let's say
Yeah.
Europe, you can walk everywhere. You can
Oh,
use
yeah.
public transport. Caribbeans, it's like impossible. I mean, nothing is working there. Only taxis, and I mean, it's different. Depends where you are, right?
Yeah, like where I live here in Ireland, in Cork, the
You live
weird.
in Cork.
Yeah, so we live in Cove, so we get cruise ships every year, so like maybe 150 visits every year. So like where the ship docks is right in the town, so it's
I
so close.
know.
Have you been there?
Yeah,
Yes.
I love Cork.
Yeah,
Well, Cove.
it's Cove. Yeah, everyone says Cobb or Cobb H or something like that, but it's Cove.
Cove, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. It's a weird spelling. COBH. So like a lot of people don't know how to pronounce it, but it's COVE technically.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God, I've been
and
there
did you?
so many times.
Oh, really? And did you cruise in here?
Yeah, because back time when my husband was working on the ship and I was staying with him, it was Celebrity Apex,
Oh, okay.
and it was docking there like I don't know every week.
Yes, yeah. Like a couple of years ago, I remember the Apex was coming in every kind of couple of weeks, all right, and it's such a beautiful. Like I was on the Edge last year, and I've
Oh my
seen.
God.
Oh, they're stunning. They're stunning. If like I love Celebrity. I've only done 2 Celebrity cruises, and I just love them from the first one that I did on the Silhouette. I cruised into Cove 2 years ago, and it was amazing just to cruise into your hometown. But with Celebrity, it's phenomenal. Like, we're going with Celebrity again in Japan. I think it's the main one it's like, I've done 7 MSC cruises. I've done 1 Princess, and I've done 2 with Celebrity. But Celebrity is so much better than all the rest of them.
Yeah, I've done only the Aida and the adults only cruise.
Virgin.
Virgin, thank you.
Virgin.
That was an experience.
Oh yeah, I think the Virgin Voyages looks like something I'd love. And then you hear all these different stories. Like, some people are saying it's crazy. Other people are saying, yeah, I did it. And you can make it as crazy as you want to make it.
Yeah.
But like, I haven't heard any crazy, too many crazy stories so far. From anybody I've spoken to so far, I've just said, yeah, it's like a normal cruise, except it's a bit more like of a party vibe, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the demographic is different. Everyone is younger. Everyone is ready to party like all day long. But like, ship wise, I was surprised that everything looks, nice and colorful. But the ship itself is old. I mean, the one we've been to, it was all small. It looked like old Celebrity ships. The older
Okay.
one, like the smaller one, like Celebrity Summit, and the cabins were tiny. Yeah, we had balcony and we had hammock. Everything was nice. But it was so tiny. So the place where your bed ends, it's basically the wall. So you just have to squeeze in between your bed and wall. It's it's tiny.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, the restaurants and everything else, and alcohol is cheaper than on Celebrity. I mean,
Okay.
there are some advantages and disadvantages.
And was the food, well, how good was the food, we'll say, in relation to Celebrity?
Well, the thing is that on Virgin, they have all the restaurants are included. So all the specialty restaurants are included. You don't have to pay any extra.
Okay.
But the only thing is, like, it's kind of difficult to book it. If you want to visit like all the restaurants, you have to think ahead. You have to book it in advance. Otherwise, you can try walk in, but yeah, it was like interesting experience to have this Korean barbecue on board. Have to fry your own food. I mean, on board, it was interesting. I've never have anything like this on Celebrity, but yeah, food wise, it was nice. It was really good, and alcohol
Okay.
was.
Okay. Well, yeah. Like that. That's a good plus. Like, whenever I cruise, I try and have I love strawberry daiquiris. It's the only time I'm just like, right, strawberry daiquiris. I don't like. It's nice as well with Celebrity. The last time in Alaska, they did 2 captains welcome back. So there was 2 of them on board, and like, all your drinks were free the entire time you were at that captain's thing. Whereas on MSC, they have a Voyagers Club night. And on the Voyagers Club night, you get, fair enough, you get unlimited, like, Prosecco or champagne, or you get like a fruit juice, and that's literally it. Whereas on Celebrity, this time was our first time getting the captain's welcome back, and you could order whatever drinks they had a huge menu. You could order whatever drinks you want, as much drinks as you want. It was all for free. And I was like, this is amazing. So
It is.
it's like, I just think, like, and the food on Celebrity, even the buffet food would be far better than the food on, like, the likes of MSC's, even their dining room. That's what I think.
Oh.
Yeah, like the last cruise I did with MSC was in Brazil, and the food on board wasn't good. Like, we ate in the dining room once, and the food was cold, and it just wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't good. And then when we were like, okay, we're going to Alaska. We know we were going to go from MSC to Celebrity. There's no comparison. Like, I get why people go at MSC because it's cheap. It's like a very cheap holiday. You're guaranteed to be going somewhere nice, but you're not getting the same service as you do, I think, personally, that you would with the likes of Celebrity. And the food in the dining room, even like going down for dinner in Celebrity, you know yourself, you get your dips and you get your bread and all the rest of it. And I just found it way nicer.
Yeah.
It's just so, like, I'm looking forward to, like, I'm 5 months away from going with Celebrity again, and I can't, like, even when it comes into Cove, like, they'll be back in Cove starting from next month or the month after, and I just can't wait to see them coming back in. Like that's how I started to like get into cruising, because I saw all these ships every year coming into Cove, and it's like, okay, I want to do that. So that's how I kind of got into it.
What ship are you going with Celebrity?
So Celebrity Millennium, so it's kind of an
Millennium.
older one. So like I'm for, yeah, I know it. I think it's like 20 years old. But to be fair, when I went to Iceland with Celebrity 2 years ago, it was Celebrity Silhouette, and I think that's an old enough ship. But they're all after being revamped, and they're all after being brought back in and done
Well,
up.
I want to tell you that Celebrity Millennium was renovated, and all
Yes.
the cabins they are like H class cabins, you know.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, your cabins will be fine. Everything will look new inside. So your I would say that your Millennium cabin will be better than your Silhouette cabin was.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good to hear.
So I'm excited for you.
Yes.
And
Oh, I
Japan, oh
can't
my
wait.
God, this is my dream.
Yes, it's been on our list for a very long time, and it's to try and plan it all out. Like the flights were so expensive. That the flights were more expensive than the cruise, and the cruise is a 12 night cruise, and we go to South Korea. So we're flying to Japan first for 6 nights, stay in Tokyo, explore Tokyo for 6 nights, and then we carry on over to the ship and we do our 12 nights. But the flights were with the best deal was with Japan Airways. So we go from Cork to London, and then London direct to Japan, but it was so much more expensive.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to see your stories.
Yeah, I can't wait. I just wish, like, we've already looked at a couple of like videos, and I'm like, we have to go here. We've all our excursions booked, so we're ready to go. It's amazing.
Wow.
So I suppose, like, have you ever, like, on your, like, when you're recording videos or you're taking photos and all the rest of it, sometimes it's not always smooth sailing, we'll say. So have you ever had any moments where things might have gone completely wrong on a trip?
About the videos, oh my God, it's so funny because in your reels you all like look nice and beautiful, but actually I'm the person who cannot walk straight. Or I mean, it's not like something is going wrong, but there was this port in UK. Oh my God, I won't be able to remember the name of this port, but it was like nice park where you can feed the squirrels. And I had my nuts, and I was like waiting for her to jump on my knee, and then some bird stole this nut from my I mean, it's not like nothing goes wrong crazy. I just cannot walk straight.
That's gas.
Yeah.
That's funny. So I suppose you've been to 86 countries, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of countries. Like I'm halfway there. I think I'm on like 40 some 41, 42.
But this is a lot. 42
Yeah.
is a lot.
It's still good. I'm getting there. So I'll catch up with you eventually. Do you have a favorite place that you've been to country wise so far, or a top three or anything like that?
Well, it's really complicated question because let's say cultural shock was in Morocco. You
Same.
walk in these old narrow streets, and then you just realize that like donkeys following you. You're like, what is going on? It's like different planet. I love Asia. It's also like another world. But I think that my favorite will be still Iceland and Norway. It's so beautiful. Oh my God. The nature is amazing. All these Norwegian fjords, all these Icelandic volcanoes, waterfalls. I mean, it's amazing. We've done a glacier tour. So we were walking inside of glacier. It's amazing. I mean, Alaska looks a little bit like Iceland and Norway,
Yeah.
but I mean, not as much. Same, we've done this New Zealand cruise recently. Unfortunately, we were not able to go through this Milford Sound. I was
Okay.
so sad because it was so beautiful, and because of the weather, we could not go in. So I guess I have to come back.
That's the beauty of cruising. You just have to go back another time. Like, yeah, with Iceland, we got to see quite a lot of Iceland. We had gone to Reykjavik. We did all the stuff there. We went to Ísafjordur. We went to Akureyri. So we kind of did a good bit of the sites up there are amazing. But I do want to go to Norway. I want to see the Norwegian fjords. Maybe next year if we could try and fit it in as well if possible. But with Alaska, the wildlife in Alaska, the views, the scenery, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
And like I remember we got up at like 5 a.m. the time we were going into the to see the fjords, and we were going to see the glacier. It was freezing cold, but it was amazing. The views, like there was seals in the water, there was little icebergs kind of going by with seals in the water. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It's so
When I
beautiful.
was in Alaska, when we had this Hubbard Glacier,
Oh yeah.
it was raining. I was freezing, but I was outside all day long.
But you have to like you're only going to be there potentially once. You don't know if you're going to go back, so
Yeah,
you have to
exactly.
make the most of it. Like that's what happened. Like to be fair, we were very lucky in when we went to Alaska. It didn't really rain very much. It rained a small bit when we were in Skagway, but we were on the train, so I didn't really mind too much. But it's just if you're lucky with weather, no matter what where you go on a cruise, it just makes things 10 times better.
Yeah. By the way, about staying like as long as you can. First time we've seen the Northern Light, yeah, Aurora. It was also like Icelandic cruise, and it was so cold. But I knew the forecast. I knew that we're gonna see it, that we might see it. I stayed outside. I don't know until maybe 3 in the morning. I was freezing. I was like, no, maybe it's like the only time in my life I'm gonna see it.
But that's it. That's it. You sometimes you just have to do those things because you just don't know. Like with celebrity, to be fair, they were coming around with hot chocolate that morning going into the fjords. So I was like, that's fine. I'll drink all the free hot chocolate you're going to give me. It was amazing. But it was very very cold until we kind of left that area and we kind of carried on up to Juneau. But it's such a beautiful spot. Um, like Iceland is probably second on the list though. Iceland's very close.
So your first one will be Alaska?
No, my number one would be Alaska, yeah, and I think Iceland probably would be second.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah, what you know what? Like wildlife in Alaska is like way better than in Europe, but I would say the nature itself, Norwegian fjords are more beautiful. I don't know, it's complicated.
yeah, like from the photos and the videos I've seen of loads of people's trips there, it does look so good. Like the fjords are so high and you're able to get like amazing photographs down. So it is something that's one of the reasons why I do want to go there. But like when I was in Alaska, I got to see like orcas for the first time. I'd never seen an orca. There was bald eagles all around the place. It was so good.
Yeah, we even seen orcas just from the ship, while we
Okay.
were cruising. It was so cool.
Yeah, when we were sailing around, like the ship wasn't going very fast. We were just kind of sailing in the inside passage, and there was orca. You could hear people go, "There's orcas! There's orcas!" And everyone was like rushing to the side of the ship to look out at the orcas. The only thing I didn't see in the trip was like a bear, like a brown bear or something. That was the only thing we didn't get to see.
Yeah, me neither.
That's why I have to go back.
Agree.
See, there you go. So like what place totally surprised you when you went there and that you weren't expecting much from it but you were totally blown away by it?
Well, I would have to come back to Morocco. Yeah. It was like, first time I've seen the desert. I spent night there. I've never seen that bright sky. I mean, and all the cultural experience, it was like different. Nothing like this was ever in my life. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we went to Marrakesh last November for maybe 3 nights. We stayed in a riad. Like the riad was beautiful, but as you said, like walking the streets and you're like getting narrower and narrow, and there's like donkeys like trying to get past you. There's motorbikes on the other side, and you're kind of staying in, and it's
Yeah.
impossible to.
And also this main square on Marrakesh, when they sold this cow's heads, and you can buy this head and eat it, or you have like freshly squeezed orange juice for $1, and you're like, really? This is the price? Or these locals who will be like following you and, oh, I will help you to find your hotel, and you will be like, oh, I'm fine, and they were like following you and asking for tips for like guiding you, and you're like, I
Yeah.
know my way, and then he will be like, if you're not gonna tip me, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna kill you. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, like we were kind of warned about going over there, and we were just like, if somebody stops you and tells you, "Oh, that road is closed, don't go that way," they're just like, just keep walking, ignore them. Because and it happened maybe twice where people were like, "Oh, no, 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 you can't go that way. The road is closed," but we didn't even listen. We just kept walking because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for you to stop and say, "Oh, where am I going?" So that you have to get a tip off them then.
It happened to me actually in Bangkok when we were trying to visit this King's Palace or something like this. It was
Okay.
like 12 years ago, whatever. So we were trying to approach, and they were like, "Oh, now it's closed for 2 hours, but we can give you a tour for like 20 baht." And we were like, "Okay." And then they were like riding around, and they were like showing us some churches. And I don't know, but somebody told me that these guys, they are getting paid by like the shops who where they bring you to,
Oh yeah.
it's weird, but yeah, they played me too.
And is there any places that you were kind of expecting to be amazing, but that didn't live up to the hype of it then?
Oh, you will be surprised, but actually it's Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just I visited it like this November, December, and I expected, something huge, something wow, because it's like different part of the world. Everything is upside down, But actually, Sydney reminds me of Vancouver, and Vancouver is like 1 hour flight, and it's like $100 ticket, and I spent so much money and efforts for these visas and tickets and cruises, and it was like just nothing special. I mean, yeah, these road signs with kangaroos, and yeah, I saw koala in the wildlife, but I expected more. I don't know what did I expect to be honest, but I was kind of disappointed. I was like, well, no, well,
Okay.
nice, but not
Yeah.
as nice.
Yeah, like I haven't been there yet, but hopefully eventually. I think if I do go to Australia, I think it would be to do a cruise. I don't think I'd travel. I'd prefer to do a cruise because you'd probably see a bit more to kind of go on the cruise and maybe go to New Zealand as well. Maybe as well. New Zealand is very high on the list of places to go as well.
Oh yeah, New Zealand. I was surprised. I mean, I loved New Zealand, and it also reminds me of Iceland a little bit because of these volcanics, and
Yes,
everything.
yeah, I've seen, yeah, I can see where you can make that comparison. I've seen videos and things like that, and it does look a lot like they have a lot of waterfalls and all those kind of things.
Yeah, and well, you know what? There are. It was Australian wine cruise, so these wineries made it a little bit better.
So like you do a lot of travel. You do like adventure, luxury, cultural experiences. What's your ideal trip? Do you prefer city breaks, beaches, cruises, or just other kind of trips?
You know what? I have a few dreams. One is Antarctica cruise, but I want to step my foot on Antarctica. And another one is Galapagos Islands.
Okay.
So I would say probably I would prefer more nature, some interact because I've seen all these cities. I mean, it's nice, city breaks, but nature is something unique. You cannot
Yeah,
make it up.
I totally agree. Yeah, like if I'm going somewhere, I want culture and I want nature. They're the main. And like if I get good food, I'm happy. But culture and nature are really important.
Yeah, speaking of food, Caribbeans, I don't even want to eat outside to be honest. I mean, everything is the same.
That yeah, like I've said that I've had a couple of conversations with people on this podcast, and I've said it to them before about the Caribbean. It's lovely, but every single island is a replica of the island that you were on the day before. You get off, it's a beach, or you're doing swim with dolphins, or like snorkeling or something like that, and
More, yeah,
it's the same thing. Like that's why I prefer Europe cruises or going elsewhere because there's more things to do, more things to see. Like I get it, I get why people do the Caribbean because it's a sun holiday and you can relax. But when I go on a holiday, I want to kind of explore and I want to see more things than just stay on the beach.
exactly. And speaking of snorkeling, well, Caribbean are not as beautiful as like Red Sea, If you go to Egypt, it's like few hours flight from your house. I mean, it's so beautiful. You can see so much. And Caribbeans are like, I don't know, whatever you can see just from your hotel, You just look down and you see same as you can snorkel in Caribbean. I mean, it's different. And also all this artificial uh, things with dolphins, yeah, you can swim with dolphins, but they're like captive. You know, I mean, it's
Yeah,
different.
yeah, like it's different. I think as well, like a lot of the people in America, I think it's easier for them and it's cheaper for them to cruise from the Caribbean. Where obviously, if we're flying over to the Caribbean, it's a lot more expensive to fly over there. Yeah, you'll get the cruise cheap enough, but the flight's more expensive. So I think that's why a lot of people like in Europe will try and cruise a lot in Europe because like the Mediterranean is close by and
Beautiful.
there's you can kind of do a lot of similar things as well.
Exactly. Like let's say Greek islands or all
Yes.
the Italian Riviera or French Riviera. It's beautiful. Well, I would prefer that one, of course.
Like the Greek islands, Santorini, Mykonos, phenomenal. They're so
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay, so I suppose what advice would you give to somebody who wants to travel more but just doesn't know where to start?
Just start. Just from something. Start local. Start somewhere nearby, or um, subscribe all these airlines, all the discounts. I mean, it could be cheap. I mean, you don't have to spend a fortune for traveling, right? You
No,
can
yeah,
go,
exactly, yeah.
like, let's say I live in Calgary. I can fly to Vancouver for $60 one way. I can, wait for some discounts on hotel, some deals. You can subscribe cruise lines mails, and they will send like offers, like second person, like free of charge. I don't know anything. So you don't have to spend like all your money on the travels. And of course, if you plan in advance, you can, make some research and find like affordable ways. So yeah, just some people are too lazy to go actually anywhere.
Yeah, or they're afraid, they're just not sure like what's out there, so they're kind of like, oh, I don't want, I'll stay at home.
Yeah, because it's like out of your comfort zone. You don't know
Yeah,
where, like, how is the public transport gonna work. You know nothing, but it's actually adventure. To
yeah,
get
yeah.
lost and then to find your way.
So, do you have any go-to travel hack? Something that you use to maybe save money, save time, or save stress?
Yeah, again, like research, plan in advance. And again, if we talk about like Europe, it's easy to, let's say, Lisbon. You just go out of your hotel or your ship, whatever, and everything is there. Public transport is there. Everything is reliable, cheap. If it's again Caribbean, well, maybe better to do some, excursion or taxi or anything, because like public transport is not reliable. Well, let's say again, Grand Canyon, yeah, you can do the public transport. Other islands, it's like, eh. So yeah, only like planning, research, again, as you do, same, like YouTube channels. Some people who already been there, they will just share your experience, and you just use it. Why not?
Yeah,
Free advice,
yeah,
right?
100%. Yeah, 100%. How do you decide where you're going to go to next? Like, is it based on a bucket list? Is it based on cheaper flights, or is it just a feeling as to where you want to go?
Well, like all at once, I would say. My husband is still working with celebrity, so I'm following him a lot. So yeah, my travels a little bit depends on his schedule, but also when he decides like which project to take, we'll just negotiate. Oh, so are we gonna see the Alaska this year, or would you like to see this ship, or would you like to go there and there? So it's like both. And also when we have like actual vacation, both of us, yeah, we'll just, we plan something in advance, like dream destinations. Well, still planning, still dreaming of Antarctica and Galapagos Islands, but we'll see. We'll get
Okay,
there. I
okay,
know
okay,
that.
okay. So before we wrap up, what I've kind of done in a couple of other podcast episodes is I do this quick fire round where I ask you questions and you just answer what comes to mind straight away. Okay.
Okay.
So window seat or aisle seat?
Window seat.
Same as me. What's the best street food you've ever had?
Oh my God, this is difficult. I don't know. I don't know. Something in Thailand for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, this tourist in Thailand. Yeah, Thai
Okay.
street food is amazing. Yeah,
Okay. Perfect. One item that you'll never travel without.
power bank.
Okay. What's one destination everyone should visit at least once?
I don't know, Iceland,
Okay, Iceland. What's the most overrated travel experience you've ever done?
Australia,
Australia. The best sunset you've ever seen?
Mykonos.
I'd agree. Mykonos sunset's phenomenal. It's stunning. What's the most spontaneous trip you've ever taken?
I don't take spontaneous trips. Everything is planned in advance.
Would you rather travel for adventure or for relaxation?
Adventure.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So what's next for you? Any exciting trips coming up that people should be kind of watching out for?
Yeah, April, I'm gonna go on Apex. We're gonna
Okay.
start from Barcelona. It's gonna be the Mediterranean cruise, which will be docking finishing at Southampton.
Okay, nice, nice. And how long,
Yeah,
how many,
and
is it 7 nights or longer?
it's gonna be two cruises, one 8 nights and other is 7, I believe.
Nice,
And
nice.
then May, it's gonna be your favorite Alaska
Oh, nice. And is that celebrity as well?
summit. Yeah, celebrity summit.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, that's good. So the summit and the edge are going to be there. So again, yeah.
So summit is gonna start from Vancouver, and I
Okay.
believe Edge is gonna do from Seattle.
Okay, yeah.
And maybe Solstice as well. I think Solstice. I think it's 3 ships of celebrities gonna do Alaska this season.
Okay, okay. Like, cause like last year when we were there, I know I'd started reading where they were trying to get it so that there wasn't as many cruise ships going to like certain ports in like Juneau and Skagway, that they wanted to kind of limit the amount of people. But I don't know, has that actually gone ahead or if they're going to keep, because like I think when one of the days when we were in Skagway, there was like 5 cruise ships in, and like Skagway would be tiny compared to Cove.
Yeah.
It's
Wow. That's
crazy.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, like so there was our ship, there was two, I'm pretty sure there was two like mine shifts or something like that. And there was one or two princesses definitely. So there was quite a lot of ship, like even where our boat was for the edge, we were like a 15-minute, 20-minute taxi, well not a taxi, the buses were there. So if you wanted to go into the town, it was like a 20-minute ride to get into the town. So like it was a bit of a trek where our boat was. But when we got in, there was like other boats already in there. So it's crazy.
It
It
is.
was,
It is.
yeah, it's nuts. And how long are you going to Alaska for? Is it a week or more?
2 weeks. It's gonna be Vancouver to Sitka or something like this.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like one-way cruise and then like return cruise.
Come back. Okay. No, that's cool. Yeah. I'd like to go. I'd like to, the next time I want to go and I want to see other places. I don't want to go back and see the same places. It would be cool to see somewhere else. Okay. So for everyone who's listening and they want to keep up with your adventures and all that kind of, look at your photos, your videos, where's the best place to find you?
Instagram.
And what's your Instagram?
It's julie.travelholic.
Amazing, amazing. Julia, it's been amazing talking to you. Thanks very much for coming on. And I was looking forward to chatting to you all week. So it's amazing to hear your stories. Hopefully I'll get you on again at another point and hear more about your 2-week trips to Alaska and your other cruises as well.
Thank you for having me.
Excellent. I will talk to you again hopefully soon. Thanks for listening, everyone. Make sure to go follow Julia on her Instagram at julie.travelholic for amazing travel inspiration. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and follow me at Port to Port Podcast and my main page, Explore Cruise Repeat, on Instagram for more travel stories. Until next time, safe travels. I will talk to you guys next week.